welcome to this week's edition of our Prep Sports Highlight Show here on Sportscenetv.net. I'm Anthony Saranana. Week 1 proved to be an amazing one for prep football in the Chino Valley on Friday night. There's a lot of action to talk about, so let's jump right into it and start off with the Sierra League action. The Ayala Bulldogs, coming off a big win over Diamond Bar, would now face one of their many tougher opponents, but it would not be in league action. Instead, it was in this non-league game against the Rio Hondo League's Monrovia Wildcats in front of the Bulldogs' home crowd. The Ayala Bulldogs, looking to get their second consecutive win in the 2012 season, were facing a tough Monrovia team that has 2 CIF titles under their belts and looking to add a third. Monrovia's first possession of the game took them 63 yards, and on 3rd and goal from the Ayala 3, the Bulldogs defense steps up and stops the Wildcats from scoring. Monrovia would have to settle for the 3 points as the 37-yard field goal kick by Mason Bryant was good, and the Wildcats take a 3-0 lead with 2:26 left in the first quarter. On the Bulldogs' very next possession on the Monrovia 12, Ayala's Dane Crookshank takes the ball into the end zone for the touchdown, putting Ayala in the lead 7-3 with 9:47 left in the first quarter. Moving to the second quarter, the Wildcats quarterback Blake Hayworth throws a pass that's picked off by the Bulldogs' A.J. Reynoso. But Ayala would be unable to capitalize on the turnover and would have to punt the ball. The Bulldogs punting the ball from inside their end zone. The kick hits off Monrovia's Anthony Marquez and bounces, where the Bulldogs' John Marcus Soms recovers the fumble. On the very next play from the shotgun formation, the Bulldogs quarterback Brian Mayette on the play action throws a deep pass while on the run to a leaping Spencer Wallace, who scores on the 68-yard pass. Ayala leads 14-3 with 5:09 left in the second quarter. On 3rd and 10 from their own 20, the Bulldogs break through the Monrovia offensive line and puts chase to Wildcats quarterback Blake Hayworth, who stumbles, and Ayala's Austin Morris credited with the sack. Monrovia is forced to punt from their end zone, and the Bulldogs special teams gets into the action as the kick is blocked in the end zone, where the Bulldogs are credited with a safety. Ayala goes into halftime leading 16-3. Monrovia would score late in the game on this 12-yard pass from quarterback Blake Hayworth to Javontre Ainsworth. The Wildcats' PAT was unsuccessful and trails 16-9 with 11 minutes left in the game. Monrovia again with the ball on 1st and 10 from their own 40. Quarterback Blake Hayworth unleashes this 60-yard pass to Mason Bryant for the touchdown. But the PAT was no good, and Ayala gets the victory 16-15 over the 2-time CIF champions Monrovia Wildcats to capture their second straight victory. Next week, the Bulldogs travel to Nevada to face Cheyenne High School. We had a chance to talk to head coach Randy Reams after the game, and here's what he had to say.
Gosh, what a well-fought, tough game by both teams. Monrovia is a heck of a squad, back-to-back CIF champs, and you know what? They're such a good team. I can see them doing it again. Defense was lights out tonight. Defense definitely kept us in this game, held us in this game from the start of the game all the way through the end of the game. It was the defense that kept us here. The offense did some good things, but the defense won this game for us. You know, like I said, that's a championship football team over there. You know, those guys know how to win. They know how to come back. We knew going into halftime that they were going to come back and do everything they can to win the game, because that's a championship football team. So, you know, our guys did a good job holding on, and that's all I could ask for. I'll take a win like this over a loss any day of the week. So, you know, I'm happy with it. The kids played hard, and now it's time to get ready to travel to Las Vegas and play another game. So.
Just as we thought, we watched a tough battle that came down to the wire. That wasn't the case, as the Chino Hills Huskies, hosting the Bishop Lamont Lancers, also went down to the wire, ending in a 48-48 tie. Chino Hills got on the board first as running back Louis Napolis got onto the end zone, scoring on a 3-yard touchdown. However, Bishop Lamont would score 3 consecutive times by Deonza Blue, who finishes the game with 128 yards on 16 carries. Converting a 4th and goal, the Huskies quarterback Matt Simcoe on the keeper scored from 1 yard out. The PAT was unsuccessful, and Chino Hills trails 21-13 in the second quarter. But still in the second quarter, the Huskies running back Louis Napolis would run in to score a 3-yard touchdown. Chino Hills would get the 2-point conversion to tie the game at 21 with 2:24 left in the first half. Utilizing each second on the clock, the Lancers added more points on the board, scoring on Deonza Blue's 2-yard run with just 17 seconds left in the first half to take a 28-21 lead in the half. Trailing 35-21 in the third quarter, The Huskies' Darren Arbicelli runs 8 yards, scoring the touchdown as the Huskies begin to rally, trailing 35-21. The Huskies' senior wide receiver Jack Austin gets into the offensive action, catching a 48-yard pass from quarterback Matt Simcoe for the touchdown. And the Huskies would tie the game yet again at 35 at the end of the third quarter. Bishop Lamont scores again in the fourth quarter to take the lead 42-35. However, the Huskies fighting back to get a touchdown as Louis Napoles runs to the end zone from 2 yards out to tie the game again at 42. Chino Hills takes the lead with 44.4 seconds left in the game as Louis Napoles gets into the end zone, scoring another on a 12-yard run. The PAT was unsuccessful and the Huskies moved in front 48-42. Bishop Lamont, though, was not finished as they would come back to score on another touchdown, but they would miss the extra point with 2.9 seconds left in the game, giving us the final score, Chino Hills 48, Bishop Lamont 48, as both head coaches decided prior to the game that there would be no overtime. In the game, the Huskies quarterback Matt Simcoe finishes 21 for 30 passing, 282 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Louis Napoles finished the running game with 129 yards on 22 carries and 4 touchdowns. The Huskies face another tough game Friday night at home, facing the South Coast League's Tesoro Titans, who are coming off a 10-7 victory over Hart. Looking around at the Sierra League scoreboard for Week 1, Charter Oak gets the shutout win over Roosevelt 35-0. Claremont loses to the former Sierra League's Glendora Tartans 14-6, and Damien loses to Orange Lutheran 31-14. South Hills gets the victory 14-7 over the Hacienda League's Bonita Bearcats. We now move into the Mount Baldy League action, where both Chino Valley teams are coming off Week 0 losses and hoping to shake off the opening day jitters. Our first game takes us out to Chino High School, where the Cowboys were hosting the Pomona Red Devils. Here at John Monger Stadium on the campus of Chino High School, the captains for the Mustangs and the opposing Pomona Red Devils approach center field. The Cowboys are looking to redeem themselves after an ugly loss to Diamond Ranch last week. Under the tutelage of head coach Matt McCain and such familiar coaches in the Chino Valley area as Coach Manny Size and Tom Inglima, the Cowboys storm onto the field with an impressive 66-man roster. It wouldn't take long for the Cowboys to set the tone for the evening with his first touchdown run by number 5 J.C. Carradine. With this 18-yard run, the PAT was successful, giving the Cowboys a 7-0 lead. Chino adds another score in the second quarter as captain Alex Alvarado keeps the ball and crashes into the end zone. Now, as time is running out in the second quarter, quarterback Jonathan Granados connects with an 8-yard pass to Willie Morris to end the half with the score of 21-0. And again, sophomore running back J.C. Carradine Cowboys up with a second effort and scores an 8-yard touchdown, making it 28-0 Chino. It was the Cowboys' defense's turn to punish the Pomona Red Devils. With an errant throw from the quarterback, number 7 falls right into the hands of number 32 Christian Galvez of Chino. He takes it back 20 yards for the touchdown. The Chino Cowboys lead is now 35-0. Pomona makes a stand at the goal line to end the third quarter, but to start the fourth, Chino punches through for another touchdown as quarterback Josh Thornton presents the ball to Jonathan Lazard for the score, and as the frustration shows in the defense of the Pomona Red Devils. With the Cowboys in the lead 42-0 and the game winds down, the Cowboys have an opportunity to put in their second and third string players, and they even make the best of it with a good showing as our Dick's Scholar Athlete of the Week, number 48 Leo Acosta, gets his hands on the ball for a few yards. It looks like Chino responded well after last week's loss. Chino mixes the play up well tonight. The Cowboys ran for 250 yards on 46 carries, and in the air they were 6 for 11 for 82 yards. They had 1 throwing touchdown, 5 touchdowns on the ground, and 1 defensive interception. Next week, Chino plays the High Desert's Oak Hills. With a strong showing tonight, Chino should move up in the CIF polls. And now let's hear from our game reporter, Brian Gillette, as he's with the Chino Cowboys head coach, Matt McCain.
Hi, we're here with Coach Matt McCain after the Chino's victory. Fantastic night for you, Coach. You had to like it. We ended up with a final score of 42-0 over Pomona. Good yardage. Came together. You want to give us some highlights how you saw your game?
I saw a team effort. Okay, they worked. I mean, they came out. We had a very disappointing week last week. We had a lot of things to clean up, and we challenged the kids, and they responded. I mean, both on all 3 phases: offense, defense, and special teams. Very proud of how hard they worked Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and it continued on out here Friday night, and they played well. And a lot of kids ran to the ball on defense. offense. The O-line blocked real well, and just proud of the overall effort. Coaches and players, they did a great job. Every kid on the football team plays a critical role, and they all work hard. And whenever you get a chance, I like to give everybody a chance to play anytime we can. It's very important. They deserve that. The special teams, I give all the credit to Coach Glima and the rest of the coaches. I mean, we really worked hard on special teams and transition. And, last week we had a couple of mishaps on a number of people on the field and stuff like that. Some first game things, and we're just glad we got that worked out.
Is next week going to be a defensive or offensive game, and how are you preparing?
We're going to prepare all phases. I mean, it takes every single phase. There's 3 phases of this game. They're all equally important, and hopefully we can come out and have a great week of practice and go get them. Thank you guys for coming out. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach, very much.
Now let's take a look at the Mount Baldy League scoreboard for Week 1. Don Lugo strikes big, winning over the visiting Maranatha Minutemen 36-14. In the game, the Conquistadors defense stopped the Minutemen from scoring from the Lugo 11 with an interception of the Minutemen quarterback Andrew Elfer's pass, who had a total of 5 in the game. Lugo scoring in the opening drive in the second half makes the score 29-7 as they go on to get the victory 36-14. Looking at other Mount Baldy League scores, Chaffee is shut out by Carter 54-0. Colony loses to Corona 27-13. Gary gets the victory over Ganesha in a close one, 26-22. Montclair loses to the Altaloma Braves 31-21, and Ontario wins big over Bloomington 31-0. It's now time for our Roscoe's Famous Deli Highlight of the Week, as the Ayala Bulldogs quarterback Brian Mayette connects on this deep pass that's caught by wide receiver Spencer Wallace to score the 68-yard touchdown. This has been the Roscoe's Famous Deli Highlight of the Week. I would love to see a video highlight from the games you attend. If your video is selected as the highlight of the week, you'll receive a $25 gift certificate to Roscoe's Famous Deli, where their sandwiches are world class and approved by our show producer Brian. All you have to do is go to our website, Sportscenetv.net, for contest details. It's now time for our Dick's Sporting Goods Scholar Athlete of the Week. This week's Scholar Athlete comes from Chino High School, and his name is Leo Acosta.
We have Leo Acosta, who got some action in tonight's game. It kind of fun there at the end, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, the reason we're bringing you in front of the mic tonight, in front of the camera, is because your efforts off the field. And that is with your GPA. Your school's identified you as a Scholar Athlete. Can you tell me your current GPA and grade level?
It's a 3.5. I'm a junior, and I attend at Chino High.
Okay. Do you have aspirations of what college would you like to go to? Maybe give us some that you'd like and what you'd like to go as a degree.
I want to go to Oregon University. I want to study criminal justice and maybe get a degree in that.
Okay, and how about mentors along the way? Who influenced you? Who keeps you dedicated, and what people inspire you?
Well, I've been dreaming about this a lot. I've been telling my parents, and they've been with me a lot, and they're always there for me. I ask my coaches what do they want me to do, just any little thing where I could get forward, moving forward.
Is there someone that inspires you?
Well, I really like the running back Adrian Peterson. He's a very good running back, and he really inspires me a lot. I want to get there someday.
Awesome. Great Vikings. Hey, listen, now for the lighter side. Tell me what your teammates don't know about you, and they knew they'd crack up. Tell me something that your teammates don't know about Leo.
I don't know. There's not really a lot. I mean, I'm a funny guy, but sometimes I try to express that either on the field and out in school, but I'm a simple guy. Okay, well, for a simple guy, what kind of gaming system do you like, and what games do you like playing? Xbox and Madden.
Okay. We have one big question. This is kind of about the whole thing for us. Mac or PC?
I think I would have to go with Mac.
Once again, thank you to Dick's Sporting Goods for sponsoring our Scholar Athlete of the Week. Now remember to visit our website, Sportscenetv.net, as the month progresses, as each of our weekly scholars will be posted on an online poll for you to vote as our Dick's Sporting Goods Scholar Athlete of the Month. Before we end the show, if you know anyone who's in the sports medicine field and would be interested in sponsoring and hosting a 2-minute total training segment directed for high school athletes, please contact us at our website, Sportscenetv.net. Well, that'll do it for this week's episode, but be sure to follow us on our Facebook page and also on our Twitter page. And also remember to tune into our website, sportscenetv.net, where you can listen to our weekly podcast, and also you can send us questions and comments from there. Well, for my producer, Brian Gillette, I'm Anthony Serenana. Thanks for joining us again, and we'll see you next week.